Welcome. This is Jacquie Ruderman. So today our sequence is a little different. We will be using two tennis balls and at least one block. I'm going to be incorporating today some acupressure using the tennis balls and incorporating it with each of our yin postures. As I've been very influenced by Jill Miller, and this is a great book. I highly recommend it. And as she says in her book and in her teaching, that massage in itself is known to release endorphins and dopamine and serotonin and all the feel good chemicals in the body. And self massage also releases the same neurochemistry cocktail. So, by using the balls specifically down our fascial tissue, for me at least, I sense a much deeper release. So I hope you find this sequence helpful and nourishing, and please leave some comments and let me know what you think. I'm sorry I can't be with you live this week, so I thought I'd offer something fun, a class using two tennis balls. So a little acupressure with our yin postures. I've been using them a lot since I don't have access to my raw fur, and it's been helping me relieve a lot of tension, and I've found that it's given me a lot of punch to my, a little boost to my yin practice. So anything that doesn't feel right, listen to your own body. These are just suggestions. And this is just a short practice that you can do at any time at your leisure. So we're going to start. You want to have two balls and two blocks, or one block at least. And I'm going to start in Virasana, and I'm actually putting my balls right at the meaty part of the calf. And then I'm going to take my block and sit down. And depending on the amount of pressure that I can take, I'm on my lowest side, and the block is in between the feet, and I really feel it. And then at the same time, so I am putting the balls where the calf muscle meets the Achilles tendon, and I'll like move it down. Maybe one more. This is a little less intense. And then at the same time, I'll take my thumb and I'll press the tender spot right by the high arch. So that's the kidney point. And you'll really feel this. This is for the immune system. Also, the kidney meridian is the yin meridian to the urinary bladder, which we are activating right now with the balls. Now, I'll move it again. And this is not as intense. So I'm going to take the block out and bring my feet together and see how that feels for me. And I don't really feel it too much. Bring it even on the heels. Rub it a little, and then I'll move it up again, see how that feels. Move it up a little more, meaty part. Good. Now the next posture is going to be our calf, also working the urinary bladder. So I'll take one block for my balance, and I'll come up and I'll take the ball and I'll put it under my arch. So the heel is down. So this kind of affects the whole hamstring and calf. And then depending on how tight your hamstring is or your calf, you can either use the block or bring your hands to the floor and just start with massaging this plantar fascial area. And then I will pause and just be here. I have the ball first under the ball of the foot. So affecting both the kidney point, again, the kidney 1 at the high arch, and also the entire urinary bladder meridian down the leg, the center back of the leg. And we know that there's a lot of potent points, especially behind the knee for sciatica. You can even press behind the knee in between the tendon. You can feel it. And if you can reach, you can press down by where my fingers are, right here. This is on the outside, it is urinary bladder 60. So, really good for headaches, stress. And now I'm going to move the ball a little further down. Letting the head go. See if you can sense the chi. Now, the ball is on that kidney point. So, though the target area of the yin stretch is in the calf and the whole back body, you might be feeling this tenderness in that kidney point, and you might be sensing the chi coming up the inner arch and all the way through the inner leg. And then we're going to release, taking ourselves down. I know I'm only doing one leg at a time. Big toes together, knees apart. We'll take a block and I'm just going to have you take the ball and start massaging. We'll first put the ball right at where the cheekbone is. This is a stomach point. And just lay yourself here. You could even move the face just gently. This stomach point, first point in the stomach meridian, very good for allergies and sinus, and also creating a sense of calm. And then moving the ball by the cheekbone and just massaging the ball on the face. And then bringing the ball to the left eyebrow, that's where I'm at, and just holding it there right by beginning of the eyebrow, and then moving it from sort of like the third eye point, which is a big gallbladder point, and just rotating the head out so the ball massages just that brow or above the brow on the forehead. Just doing one side at a time. And you can stop and be here for a moment.
Try to relax the lower body. Feel the heaviness of the feet, of the sit bones. Going back to that third eye again. And then switching sides. So taking the block again, it's hard because I have the mic, but first exploring the ball on the cheekbone, the stomach point, noticing if one side is a little different. And then moving the ball up in between the brow, just holding it on that gallbladder point. That feels really good. And then massaging it from the beginning of the brow to the outer edge, and then back into the center. This little fascial release, really releasing the tension in the face. And then just maybe exploring it down the cheekbone. I can't show it on this side. I'll show it on this side. Just exploring cheekbone, the jaw. Lots of tension in this area. We know the gallbladder point comes down the side of the jaw, releasing the emotion of irritation, anger. And then release here. We're still in our child's pose, and maybe you can take the knees a little wider. And you have your two blocks. We're going to give ourselves a little opening, get the other ball. Uh-oh, sometimes it happens. Your ball rolls away from you. So then we're going to place the balls here on each block. And then I'm going to take my upper arm, place them here. Just give myself a little fascial release in the upper arms. So this area, this inside area, is the lung meridian and the heart meridian and something called the pericardium. And then I'm going to find a spot. And I'm going to take my hands back. And I'll roll a little more. And then I'm just going to rest. I'll just rest for a little bit, maybe adjust the ball a little higher. Only staying here about a minute. We've already done this lower body for a while. And then we will release. Just coming back to table. Doing the other side of the calf now. So the opposite leg, I believe we are doing the left leg now. I mean, yeah, let's see. I went over here, I did the left leg. Now I'm going to do the right leg. So taking the ball, putting it under the arch again, having a block, and maybe you don't even need the block, but having first the ball under the ball of the foot and just feeling this stretch, letting the head go. Noticing the breath, noticing the energy. So the yin energy comes from the earth and up the body. The yang energy comes from the top of the head down. So in this posture, we are activating both. Pressing the ball has this acupressure point. Let's move the ball a little more to the arch now. Maybe massage it, rolling the foot top and back, just massaging that plantar fascial area. It gets very tight. And then finding the ball at the arch, letting the heel go down. So this is a big point in the kidney meridian K1. So again, feeling maybe the energy from that point coming up the inner groin, that's the yin energy moving. And then also feeling the yang energy moving down the back of the body. And then release the ball. And we're going to take the balls and come back to our knees. We will take one block and put a ball here and then another block here. I'm starting with the right leg into a lunge. So the block is holding the ball. And I'm first going to lift that back leg and just massage this area. Just massage the quadricep. You can go almost all the way up by moving the block a little, being a little creative. So we know on the inside, on the top of the quadricep, is the spleen meridian, and more towards the outside. So bring yourself a little more to the outside part. That is more the stomach. And then we're going to find a spot, some place that aches a bit, and just stay here. You can take this block down and just bring yourself here and just stay in the posture, getting this little break of fascial release in the quadricep. Try to really relax the thigh. And notice, see if you can notice the energy moving. Again, remember these stomach meridian starts at the cheekbone right underneath. Very good for sinus, allergies, and also bringing a little more calm into the mind. So I'm pressing with my thumb those points. You can also press the outside, of the left nostril So this is a large intestine point, really potent. It's actually on both sides of the nose, but you don't want to close off both sides of the nose. So just massaging the left and then maybe releasing that, massaging the right. You're feeling awareness in the inner groin on the right leg. You're probably feeling, for me, I feel the spleen energy moving from my second toe on the left leg all the way up that shin to where I have that ball. I'm going to move the energy a little more by moving my leg. And then I'm going to remove the ball, straighten my leg out. Take the right knee in and come to the other side. So moving, setting myself up, having the block in front, taking the left leg out, taking the ball to the right thigh, and then tucking the back toe first. So you're like really in a lunge. And I'm going to just explore moving the ball. Not always so easy, but you can do it. Moving it left to right, moving it all the way up. Finding those tender spots, even as high as the hip flexor you can go, and then all the way down on the quadricep. So the ball can really be placed at any point that you find you want to explore a little deeper. It's a little tender. So, and also noticing what side. Now, if you take the block on the long way, you can really massage more of that quadricep, going the inside of, uh, the knee on the quad, or you can bring it to more of the outer part of the leg. Ooh, this side is tighter. And then finding a spot that you want to land on. We're not staying as long in the postures, maybe 2.5 minutes or so, and then finding yourself, finding the spot, trying to relax that leg now, maybe bringing your hands on, forearms down. So for me, this side, woo, much more intense. Moving into the body. Bringing attention to your sensory system. What are the sensations that you're experiencing now? Maybe there's a little movement that you want to make. And then slowly straightening the arms, taking a moment, and straightening the leg. Our next pose will be exploring the upper traps, the back. I lost my other ball again. Okay. So you have your one block. I'm going to lie down and you're going to place your balls right under on either side of the spine on the upper part of the back, the trapezius. Now, you're going to lift up and place a block. I like it on the medium side right now. And just breathe here. You might notice how things are a little tense. And then take the arms overhead, holding opposite elbows. Breathe here. This is incredibly relaxing. I'm having even a hard time instructing because it's so relaxing. So start to bring the arms up and take the elbows to the right, to the left. Maybe take the arms out to the side and circle. And then start to bring the balls a little lower on each side. And maybe lift up the seat. And right here, start to roll just about 3 inches back, up and down. Good. And then release. Bring the balls again, maybe a little more away from each other. Just see how that feels. So we have a lot of the yang meridians in this upper back part. I was hearing some gurgling in my large intestine as I have these points here. So the large intestine is the yin organ to the lung. The yang, did I say yin? I meant yang organ to the lung. All about letting go. So now, see what it's like to bring the knees into the chest and then do this little flow, toes down, into the chest, moving the balls. Just a little bit of a massage. The balls are probably moving maybe an inch up and down. And then seeing if you can land and be here. Maybe the arms go overhead. The more the knees come in, the more pressure you feel on this area. So this can be pretty intense. I feel this all the way up the jaw, even the top of the head, my whole musculature in the face. So really be mindful. Maybe it's too much having the arms overhead. Try the arms out to the side even. And then again, relieving by lowering the toes down, maybe bringing the knees back in. At any time, if it becomes too intense, take the balls out. These slow rocking movements. And then finally releasing the feet down, raising the seat up one more time, and just giving yourself a little massage down the back. And this takes a lot of glute and hamstring strength to do this. So if it's not happening, don't worry. And then just lower down enough of that. Take the balls away and just rest. Turn the head to one side, just rest. Our last movement will be taking the balls under the gluteus maximus. So just finding that and taking the soles of the feet together and just moving. We're going to take a little movement from side to side, lifting up the left leg and then lowering the left leg, lifting the right, holding there, taking the right leg down. So you want the block. So if you have the sit bones, a little out from the sit bones. You want to see how that feels. Maybe the meaty part, diagonal. And again, one side and then the other. And keep on checking in, maybe moving the balls if it just doesn't feel right or it feels too intense. And then lifting up, bringing the balls in a little more, right? Not at the spine, but outside the spine. Taking the soles of the feet together and just seeing how this feels on the body. So again, potent urinary bladder points, but also potent points. Now move the ball out a little more to the side. Good. And then we're going to take the right leg up. Woo! And you really feel that. And then take the left leg up. And then we'll take a figure 4 and take the right ball out for a moment and just feel this. Maybe massage the ball around the gluteus medius, seeing how this feels. Stopping at any tender point to get a release. Taking this left foot down, putting the ball on the right side, taking it into a figure 4, and massaging again by lifting up a bit and then landing. And then releasing. So I feel pooped. Holding the balls in your hands for a moment. Just feeling everything there is to feel. A lot of energy released. Remember to straighten the legs now, taking Shavasana. letting the body be taken over by gravity. Namaste.
Allow by Dana Faulds. There's no controlling life. Try corralling a lightning bolt containing a tornado. Dam a stream and it will create a new channel. Resist and the tide will sweep you off your feet. Allow and grace will carry you to higher ground. The only safety lies in letting it all in, the wild and the weak, the fear, fantasies, failures, and success. When loss rips off the doors of the heart, or sadness veils your vision with despair, practice becomes simply bearing the truth. In the choice to let go of your known way of being, the whole world is revealed to your new eyes.